Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Monday Mashup, where you never know what you might learn or hear.
We will keep these podcasts super short, informative, and fun. Well, we will do our best anyway.
So, are you ready?
Yes, so let's do it.
Hello, Kathy Butterworth. Welcome to All Things College and Career. We're so happy to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you.
Good morning, Kathleen, coming from Nantucket Island, Massachusetts. Full disclosure, Kathy's our sister, obviously. We know her well. And we just thought the three of us would chat a little bit about what's going on in our lives with the coronavirus.
Absolutely. Yeah. But before we get to that, I'd just like to pivot to say that we also had Kathy's daughter on the podcast, Emily Butterworth, who is an international teacher. So after you hear our riveting conversation with Kathy, you might want to head on over to listen to that podcast with her daughter, Emily.
There you go. I'm liking the riveting.
Yeah.
Promises.
Oh, gosh.
So, Kathleen, what's it like on Nantucket Island these days?
Very quiet. It's very quiet on Nantucket Island. People are really behaving themselves, and we have very strict laws here. We have really shut down. We have no building going on. We have no landscaping going on. And for Nantucket, those are two of our huge spring industries.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think in Maine, construction has barely missed a beat. I mean, maybe I'm naive to say this, but it seems like everybody I know in the industry is continuing to work.
Yeah.
I think what happened here is because we have so many workers who come and go on a daily basis.
You mean and off the island?
Yes.
Yeah.
The selectmen were really concerned that there was no way to sort of box off any coronavirus because it would just be a constant influx and outflow of people.
That's so true.
So the way they addressed that was to just close it down.
Yeah, you have definitely a very unique situation. And I think a lot of the people I know in Maine that are working are pretty much working on their own, either out on an excavator in the woods somewhere or something like that.
Yeah. I haven't seen 50 guys at a job site or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, so I think it's probably pretty similar. So we do have some businesses that are open. For example, we have a few restaurants who are doing curbside pickup. So there are still a few places that are continuing to work, which is really great. It's nice to see somebody working.
Yeah.
But it's pretty closed down.
Wow.
We have a lot of walking space here, though. Unlike some people, my friend has a family in Paris who has been in their tiny apartment for weeks and weeks and can't go out at all.
Yeah.
And here we have so many walking places. We are so lucky. You can walk a long
very
distance
fortunate and not run
anybody.
into anyone.
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
So they haven't closed the beaches on Nantucket, right?
They have not. And people use the beaches for walking. Yeah. They use them for surfing even a little bit. But I don't see anyone standing on top of another person. I see people keeping space.
Right. It's so much beach on Nantucket that everybody can just spread out. I think here, like Agunquit's my closest beach. And I think the reason they closed it is because just before they closed it, that weekend before, the parking lot was like half full, like summer level. And there were a ton of people at the beach. But
yeah, I think people are getting so stir crazy, they're looking to get out. But
all of a sudden we're all walkers and hikers.
That's true.
Like overnight.
I know.
That is true. And people take very long walks because once they're done with their walk, it's back to the house, right?
Right.
It's back to the house.
What the hell am I doing at the house? I know. So has it changed your life a lot?
Not a lot because I only work a little bit and I'm able to work from home. And I'm a writer and I write a lot at home anyway. So a lot of the things that I like to do in my normal life, I'm doing really the same in my coronavirus life. So I don't have a whole lot of changes. I definitely get that Groundhog Day feeling some days.
Oh, totally.
You know, that
we say that here all the
time. Here we go again.
It's like Groundhog's Day. Yep.
Yeah. And that's a little bit of a block when you're trying to make it through your day in the best attitude.
Exactly. Are we in solitary confinement for another 6 weeks or
exactly.
kind of thing?
Yeah, so it doesn't really pay to look that way, though. It's probably better to just live the day as it comes and not try to, think about how is this, will this ever end? That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's probably a good way mentally to survive. Hey, so would you like to share just briefly what you're working on writing-wise?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm working on a novel. I actually have written the first draft, and I had a reader who read it really carefully and gave me great information about how to make it better. So now I'm working on that, which is not as much fun as writing it.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun to write it than to try to rework it. But the good news for me was that she found enough in it to work on, that she thought it had a lot of really good stuff and that it just needs work, which it does. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, that's exciting. We'll have to have you back on to talk more in length about that.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
when
you're done with your book, we'll have you on.
Okay.
So, Bobbie, how about you? How are you handling the COVID-19?
Oh my God.
How has it changed your life?
First of all, I don't even know what happened to my sleep pattern, but last night I went to bed at 3:30. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
There's a reason for that, though, because Christian and I started a puzzle.
Oh,
and Christian's like, we're finishing this tonight because, you guys know Christian, right? So and I'm like, Christian, I will stay up until 2, but I'm drawing the line at 2. And then we were so into it that I go, what time is it anyways? I looked at my watch. It was 3 a.m. I'm like,
oh my gosh. Bobbie, true story. I was up till 3 a.m. last night too.
You were too?
Yes,
what were you doing?
Working on a presentation. So I was just so, into it, and I didn't want to let it go, but that's so crazy.
You thought you were safe scheduling an 11 a.m. podcast, but I barely made it.
Yes, we did this for you, Bobbie.
Yeah.
I'm taking 5 hours to get on this.
Kathy got up at 3 a.m.
That's right. After 1 to 2 minutes of sleep, is it like maybe? Oh gosh!
But really, my life has been pretty unchanged in the sense that yes, I too work from home. However, I have both my college kids at home with me, and they've been really good. But it's hard, kids. It's hard for kids to be locked down when they're so used to the go, 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 go. But I don't know. It's been okay. And I know obviously we're all the lucky ones, right?
Right. It's especially been a big adjustment for Christian being a senior in college and
missing his graduation.
Or the last semester of college, basically, which is got to be
Right. And also, I don't think he minds missing graduation, the ceremony so much, but they have this great senior week where so much happens leading up and, they're done classes, but they're all there together. And I don't know. I think that's the big miss.
Absolutely.
But you always feel a little, I don't know, you feel like you can't complain because so many people have it way worse and
that's so
and are working to help us through it. So,
trying to be thankful and full of gratitude that there's so many people that really are hit hard and struggling, and definitely we are thinking of them.
Right. For sure. I have to say that I am hiking a lot and I have a Zwift bike. I have my bike set up with the Zwift software and I'll put that in the show notes because it's too much to explain. But
I'm so jealous. I really want a Zwift.
Emily just ordered one.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's going to love it.
She said they're really hard to get right now because everyone in the world is ordering them.
I know. You know, Richard and I just got ours in January. I got mine in January. He got his in February. I mean, we didn't know this was coming at that point.
And Richard's really taken to it, hasn't he?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's like a Zwift
For people
maniac.
that don't know, it's like for real cyclers.
Novice, all levels.
Not to say that Bobbie and Richard claim to be real cyclists, but I mean, there are pros on there and stuff.
And it's
a real
whiz by you like you're standing still.
Right. It's a real great option for people that
for right now.
Yeah, especially in Maine, we have so much bad weather and traffic, so it's nice to have an indoor option.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So how about you, Meg?
Yeah. Well, how's it going for you?
My biggest adjustment has been I am working with clients only on a virtual basis now. I closed down my office in Kennebunk. So that's been a bit of an adjustment, but pretty seamless since I'd been doing it all along. And I'm just recovering from my broken foot in sprained ankle.
Yeah.
So I'm just now getting back into exercising a little, and that's been feeling good, and been working on my presentations and creating content, and had a Zoom meeting with 38 people from the Maine Career Development Association. So that was a lot of fun too.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you all get to talk?
I did not talk, but many people did. I enjoyed listening. Yeah.
Good.
Well, in effort to keep our Monday mashups short, as we promised, we should wrap this up. But thanks so much, Kathy, for being on the podcast with us today.
Yeah,
Kathy, and definitely we'll have you back when you have more to share about your book. And
oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, and stay safe out there in Nantucket, and you too, Bobbie. And
yeah, you too, Meg. Luckily for us, podcast is the one thing that can be created and listened to during this time. So
exactly, and we've been working quite a bit on it.
Yeah, for sure. But okay, thanks, Kath. Stay safe,
all right,
everyone.
you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for coming on, Kath. And this has been an Academic and Career Advising Services production.